TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Good afternoon, guys. Thank you for tuning in. It's Adrienne, your favorite realtor with Let's Get Real About Real Estate. Hope you're having a great afternoon. Just wanted to come to you today and give you some good information that you can take in and process and get ready to purchase your new home. Wanted to reiterate from last week, this forum is where we will discuss real estate topics regarding anything and everything pertaining to real estate. I have a lot of resources and information for you to help consumers in the home buying process. Investment series, commercial will also be discussed. So some of you have inquired about the Home Safe Georgia program. That is the program that helps people who are already home buyers and getting funding and assistance with their home if they're in trouble or having problems making their payments every month. And again, that phone number is 877-519-4443. Again, that's Home Safe Georgia. You can Google it, Home Safe Georgia, 877-519-4443. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm excited to get this information to you. So let's get into it. So in Atlanta, the metro area housing stats for February, as it stands February of this year, the median sales price is $241,000, and that's up 4.33% since this time last year. The total homes sold is 6,224,000 homes, and that's up 10.45% from this time last year. The median days a house will stay on the market is approximately 52, and that is up 6.12% from last year. Supply of inventory is 3.5 months. That is down 18.6%. And sold above the list price. The number of homes that were sold in the state of Georgia above the asking price or the list price is 15.9%, and that's down 8.9% from this time last year. New listings on the market is 9,109, and that's up 51.01% since last month. Just since January, we have a total of 9,109 new listings. The median price per square foot is $115, and that's up 6.48%. So as you can see, the numbers are increasing in our favor. So let's get out there and get you pre-qualified. You asked me to go over the pre-qualification process again. So basically, you'll just find a qualified agent, expert in the real estate business, such as myself. I'll be happy to help you. You can email me at adriennehudson.georgiamls.com. You can also just reach out to me at my office number, 678-929-7341. Give me a call and I'll be happy to answer any questions, or if you have any questions pertaining to your personal situation, we don't want to discuss in an open forum, just email me and I'll respond within 24 hours. But to pre-qualify, you'll find a lender who can, you'll submit documentation. They'll pre-qualify you based on their criteria, which normally is check stubs, number of years of employment, credit history, and other things that they take in, they process. They'll submit a pre-qualification letter to us. We'll take that, we'll go out and we'll look in the inventory of the area of your choice. For instance, if you want to live in Gwinnett County, we'll look for homes in your price point, whatever the lender has pre-qualified you for. And in that price point, we'll find homes that match your criteria, which is the number of bedrooms, the number of bathrooms, upstairs, downstairs, big backyard, 2-car garage, whatever your preference is. We'll find those. We'll sort through the ones that match that criteria, see the ones that you like. We'll schedule appointments with the seller's agent. We'll go into those. And just visit each home, and then once you find a home that you like, we will submit an offer. Hopefully, our offer is good, and I try to make really good offers so that they are accepted, and we outweigh other offers that may be submitted. And once that offer is accepted, we'll move further into the home buying process. But some of the things that make for a good offer are the number of due diligence days. The average is 3 days to 10 days, but of course the lower number of due diligence days, that's attractive to a seller. The less amount of time you need to get that home inspected, that's always attractive. Also, some of the things are, of course, the closing costs, the amount of the closing costs that we ask the seller to pay or contribute towards the sale of the house, and different things like that. All of that is taken into consideration, and of course, I go to war for my clients, and they'll tell you that I'm a fierce negotiator. I will do my best and make sure our offer is very attractive and that it stands out in your favor, and hopefully, again, we'll get that accepted. So log in, let me know you're watching, and send me any questions you may have while we're on the air, and we'll go over those. If they're just basic questions, general knowledge questions, I'll be happy to answer those on the air. Of course, if it's a personal matter, then of course feel free to email me, and we'll take care of that as well. So I wanted to share that information with you, and let's see. I have some guests lined up for you. I have some contractors that's going to come in and talk to you about the spring projects and renovations that you may have that you want to take care of. If you're selling your home, we can have them to come out and give you an estimate before we list the house on the market. We will also have a few buyers that I've worked with in the past, and they can explain to you their personal experiences, what they went through in getting their home secured and getting the home of their dreams. We also will have certain lenders to come out and talk about their products, the rates on the market, industry changes, things like that, down payment assistance programs that you may qualify for. I will also have credit specialists to come in and talk to you guys, share with you ways that you can clear up your credit to get you credit worthy and eligible to purchase a home. For the investors out there, I'm available to talk to you guys as well. I've worked with several investors, and pretty well versed in real estate. Like I told you last week, I've had my real estate license since 2006 and been working in the industry full time. And so just give me a call, email me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer those. Let's see. Wanted to speak to you guys a little bit more about if you want to sell your home, that's a different process. We'll go out and do what's called a comparative market analysis. We'll see what homes sold in the general vicinity, a certain mile radius, up to 5 or 10 mile radius homes. Your home will be considered the subject property, and we'll take about 4 or 5 homes that are commensurate or equal to what you have in your home, whether it includes the number of bedrooms, a basement, upstairs, downstairs, the backyard, things like that are equivalent or as close to the subject property. We'll see what those homes sold for, and that is how we determine what we will list your property for. We'll do a walkthrough. I'll tell you what I think you should do in terms of maybe fresh paint or carpeting, maybe cleaned. Things like that. Maybe you have too much furniture. We want to downsize to make the space look open and airy. Buyers like to come in and smell fresh paint, so we may paint a room or, whatever needs to be done. We'll go over those things to make your house ready for sale. The idea is to get that home sold so that you can move on to the next chapter of your life as well. see, what else do I have here? Sometimes we have buyers who are wanting to move and downsize or even upgrade, and that may not be the best option for them. For instance, there was a client that I had who she wanted to purchase a new home, but she wanted to get a home that was maybe not as equivalent as what she currently had, and what she was looking for and what her expectations were did not work, or we couldn't find what she was looking for. She had this really big furniture, and the homes are smaller now. She had a fairly big home, so she decided that she would just keep her home and not sell and try and buy something else, that she would just renovate and do certain things. So she no longer wanted stairs. She decided to get a chair lift to help make her house more accessible for her. She was getting older, and going up and down stairs was a problem. So we just helped that client get things done where her current home was made newer, and more accessible. So that worked out. There's going to be times where you'll find a house that you just absolutely love, and as your agent, it's my responsibility to say, okay, this is probably not a good house because, and I'll explain that to you. It may be termite infested, or some of the other things that we've been trained to look for may not be ideal for your situation. So as your agent, it is my responsibility to explain that to you, and we'll just continue to look. But if you're insistent, then, I would hope that you would listen to me and trust me as your agent. So those are some of the things that real estate professionals are required to do, and we're obligated to do. That's what you hire us to do, is to represent your best interests, whether it's regarding the contract or finding the perfect home. I would have to be able to sleep at night and be comfortable in allowing you to purchase a home. So I'm not going to let you walk into any pitfalls or anything like that. My integrity is everything, and if I'm representing you, your best interest is my best interest. So I want to be able to do that for you, okay? All right, guys. As a professional, we're held to a higher standard, and we're going to take a break right now. I'll explain that more to you about that in just a second. Here's a word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? You have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I just want to give a special thanks to our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington. Want to thank our social media specialist, Ms. Shantae Barksdale, and our sponsors for this session is Etchison Builder and Burke's Jewelers. So thank you guys for continuing to watch, and it's going to get better as time goes on. So thanks so much for your support. Wanted to talk a little bit about market conditions. Market conditions are the factors that influence the housing market in a particular area, such as cost of living, demographics, supply and demand, mortgage rates, and so much more. These are what determine the downturn or the up of the market, how things are ran, and what the prices are, how the prices in the market are influenced. So just wanted to share that with you, and that economic forces are factors such as monetary and fiscal policies, interest rate, employment, inflation rate, demographic changes, political changes. We've all experienced that in various areas, energy, security, and natural disasters. The four main economic forces are trends that affect modern business markets and government influences as well. So in our market right now, everything is pretty good. It's a seller's market. There's plenty of inventory out here to find your perfect or dream home. The house of your dreams is out there and just waiting. But there's a process. We want to make sure we get you credit worthy, get you pre-qualified, and then we start looking. So give me a call if you have any questions, or again, email me, adrianhudson.georgiamls.com. Or again, give me a call, 678-929-7341. I'll be happy to answer any questions for you guys. So we also wanted to talk about today market conditions in 2020. The U.S. GDP growth will slow to 2.0% in 2020 from 2.2% in 2019. It will be 1.9% in 2021 and 1.8% in 2022. That's according to the most recent forecast released at the Federal Open Market Committee meeting on December 11th in 2019. So people are asking, is there a recession coming in 2020? I don't think so. I don't feel like there is, but projections show that there's a 55% chance of a recession in the second half of 2020. The biggest risks are trade war, uncertainty, and a global slowdown. But the odds of a recession between now and the November 2020 election are approximately 25%. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. That's why it's important to go ahead and get everything done now at the beginning of the year so that by that time it won't even be a factor for you. Okay. Let's see. There's something else that I wanted to share with you guys. Bear with me 1 second. I have so much information. I don't want to overload you with too much in one session, but there's a lot of things that affect our market trends, but I don't see a big change within the next 6 months or so. As a home buyer, there are certain things that are required. There are 4 things typically required as a home buyer, and that will be earnest money, inspection, an appraisal, and a down payment. Now, the inspection, like I explained last week, that is something that is optional, and it also checks the condition of the house, whereas the appraisal checks the value of the house. And it would be in your best interest definitely to get an inspection. Surveys are not so much required anymore unless it's a new construction, but in terms of a pre-sale home, which is a home that someone lived in before you, a pre-sale home, a survey is not required unless you're putting in fencing. You may want to look into that, but that's further on down the line. When you get the inspection done, they come out based on square footage. The process can take up to maybe 2 hours depending on how large the house is. And they go from the front to the back, top to bottom, outside in the yard. They check everything to make sure everything is working the way that it's supposed to. The appraisal is required by the lender. It is the buyer's responsibility, and that is where they check the value of the home. Also, could be a tedious process for the person who's doing the appraisal, but they check everything as well to make sure that what the asking price from the seller is equivalent to what they want to pay for it. So if they're loaning you this money to buy a home, they want to make sure that the home is worth that amount. Just in case the buyer defaults, they want to be able to know that this is what's really available, or what it's worth, I should say. Let's see. Sorry, Felix. Wanted to share some other things with you. Also, as a buyer, you will be required to do a walkthrough at the end or during the process, especially if it's a new construction. If it's a new construction home, you'll be required to do a walkthrough prior to closing and the day of closing or the day before closing, just to make sure everything is to your liking. And the builder will also give you another, within a 12-month period, they'll have another walkthrough just to check on and make sure everything is the way that it should be and things like that. So just wanted to share that information with you as well. And let me turn this off. If you have any questions regarding that, new construction, there's going on everywhere in Metro Atlanta. New homes are being built every day. New subdivisions are going up, and some pretty nice ones. New townhomes, new condos, whatever you're into or looking for, it's available for you. So give me a call and let me help you find those things that you may qualify for and get that process started. And let's see. Oops. I'm going to break that a bit. Let's see. Good. Need a break? Just wanted to. There are other home buying down payment assistance programs available as well that we could get you qualified for, and speaking to a lender. Just wanted to plug that as well. See, you may not have to come to the table with as much if you qualify for certain down payment assistance programs such as Georgia Dream. There's so many. There's like probably about 3,000 or more different programs that you could qualify for. But I want to talk to the civil persons when we come back. Here's a word from our sponsors. Done?
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Okay, guys, welcome back and thank you for continuing to watch. Just wanted to go over some things regarding renting versus buying. For generations, buying a home was considered the cornerstone of the American dream. However, in recent years, people have been debating whether buying a home is always better than renting. A lot of financially savvy people are starting to question whether it's economically rational to buy a starter home or wait to buy their dream house where they'll live for the next 30 years. There are arguments both for buying and for continuing to rent, depending on potential homeowners' individual circumstances. To help you understand these variables and evaluate your own situations, there are 5 important questions to consider as you make the buy versus rent decision to buy versus rent. The first one is, how long are you planning to stay where you are? The length of your stay has a huge impact on whether it makes more sense to buy or to rent. Number 2 is, do house prices always go up? Yeah, they increase in value depending on the market trends that we spoke about earlier. And number 3 is, are you throwing away money on rent? Some people, you have to start out renting to get your feet wet and get out there. For instance, someone just graduating from college or just leaving home or just starting out may have to rent prior to buying, and that's okay. But when you stay in an apartment for 5, 10, 15 years and you do the math, you calculate how much rent you're paying every month, you'll see that that money is just going towards rent. It's not being put into an escrow account or anything that you can borrow off of. So, you have to determine how long you plan on staying and if it's really worth staying in an apartment that long or renting that long. How much will you save on taxes? Number 4. Many buyers assume that the additional cost of home ownership will be offset by tax savings generated by the mortgage interest deduction. Before you start counting on those savings, consider other factors. Let's see. Recent tax law changes have lowered the cap on the amount of mortgage interest that can be deducted. Before the tax laws, homeowners could deduct interest on $1 million of debt on a primary or secondary home. Now, for mortgages taken out after the new laws went into effect, deductibility is limited to the interest of up to $750,000 of debt on a primary or a secondary home. So you just want to consider all those things. And number 5, are you comparing apples to apples? Making an accurate comparison between the financial impact of renting and buying starts by factoring in the complete cost of home ownership, not just mortgage versus rent. Let's see. So those are some of the things that you definitely want to consider when you're thinking renting versus buying. Again, of course, everyone's situation is different, and the time of your life. Is it the beginning stages, just coming out of college or high school, whatnot, or coming out of the military versus someone that's been on their job for a long time? You just have to think about those things. I see you guys. Hey, Bates Mortgage. Thanks for watching. Excel Residential. Hey guys, thanks for watching, tuning in. Send me your questions. If you have any questions, I'm here. I'm available by phone or email, and I'll be happy to answer any of those questions you may have. Let's see. I'm still checking. Thank you, Mrs. Ramey. Appreciate you tuning in and watching. Thank you for your continued support. You're the best. We got a little glitch going on here on the computer. All right, well, that's all I have for today. So again, thank you for tuning in and thank you for watching. Want to give a special thanks to, again, our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington, and our social media specialist, Ms. Shantae Barksdale, and our sponsors, Edison Builder and Burke's Jewelers. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Until next time.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Are you an artist, a writer of spoken word? Do you have content ready but need exposure? Get to know me. I'm Alicia, host of a new Facebook live stream show called The Flavor, where we promote local and international talent of all genres. Here are some rules and regulations to the videos that we'll be accepting. They must be radio ready, no cursing, no lewd language. You must send us contact information as well as a YouTube link to your video so we can extract it from there. Email us at 1061tv@gmail.com. And we thank you for your time.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.